Good morning, class. This is the first class of the International Institution subject that I will continue what Mr. Gadjah has already given to you. We will continue into the discussion in different topics of international institution issue. So my name is Buria. You can call me Miss Ria. Then actually we should have 5 different sessions, but since we have a problem during this pandemic, so we will shorten the course and I will provide 3 different topics, 3 different sessions. Then in the end of the session, we will give you the individual assignment about the different topics that you may choose according to your your interest of the topic. So again, this will consist of 3 different courses, and in this very beginning I will remind you again about what is the idea about the rules of the games in international institution. So as we know that in the basic idea of international institution, they consist of 3 different things. The organization itself, that as you all knows what is international organization, and the second one is the regime, which including more organization and institution. It can be an economic regime or environmental regime, and of course every single regime have their own interests, have their own emphasis in delivering the issue in international and global level. So let me continue with the difference of those different form of international institution, and I can emphasize that the economic regime is the most important and the most interesting aspect, because as we know that economy will contribute and influence every single state in international level, that every economic regime will give their influence to change every policy, especially in developing countries. So I can give you one single interesting exercise when we talk about the IMF. IMF is one of that economic regime institution. So this is very common that some of the students already consider this institution as the one of the most important one. If we compare between 2 different periods, 2 different decades between the era of Mr. Suharto regime and then Pak Jokowi time, we consider that states have different response in how to convince IMF to get involved in Indonesian economic development. So this is very interesting. If we only talk about the way the gesture of the representative of IMF and the president, we can compare this to different. The older one that if we talk about the domination, so IMF dominate in how Indonesia deliver the economic policy, and the second picture, we can see that it is more equal. You can see that Ms. Lagarde and Pak Jokowi seems like less formal, and they can talk about the Indonesian economic development in a more equal way. This will be interesting if you can talk about how the state respond every single issue and every single prescription, if you can say that, from any economic institution. Okay, so let me remind you again that the individual assignment of yours will be about 3 different topics. They are economic, health, and education. So every one of the student can choose one, but of course it is not limited. So you can choose any aspect or any topic which is interested to you. For example, if we talk about the pandemic today, so it will be very interesting if you talk about the health aspect, for example, but it's not always about the health aspect. If you talk about this pandemic, then we will come to the point that economic condition will be very important. So again, you can choose one focused topic, then later you decide with 10 will be the topic of your assignment. Okay, so this will be the opening of our lecture. The thing is, when we talk about international institution in terms of public policy, so we talk about how the state respond to those international institutions and deliver it to their specific policy. And if I can emphasize again, one of the indicator in how you see that response will be how in the very end we will see the different picture. Some states will dominate other states, and that will be a big question how they develop their economic development in terms of this international institution rule of the game, and also their influence, their prescription into these states. So later, again, in the end of this course, you will have an essay about this international institution rule and how Indonesia as the state may respond their prescription. Again, you can choose one of the topic, and then later you will submit the essay for about 2,000 to 4,000 words in one paper that you can submit to the administration. So this will be the end of this introduction, and later you will have 3 different topics, and in every class, every session of my class, you will have 3 different things. First will be about the lecture. This consists about 20 to 30 minutes of the lecture, my lecture, and then you will have the PowerPoint content to help you understand and discuss, and finally you will have 1.5 or 2 hours to make a contact with me. Then we can discuss about any single topic in terms of this subject. So again, good luck with the individual assignment, and you can talk about that assignment very early to me. You can contact me in any way, you can text me, and then this will be the only task, the only assignment until the end of this period. I think it's enough for the introduction today. So see you in the next class. See you in the next session with the next interesting topic. Thank you and have a good day.